What's up, guys? Happy Tuesday, and welcome to another Anime Talk. Sadly, Joe will not be here today because his son is trying out for the Seattle Mariners. So I'm your host today, Aeroblip, and today we have a very special guest, Lerxst.
How's it going? It's me, Lerxst. That guy.
That
Guy you know and love.
Okay, so anything to say before we get started?
Did you get rid of the body?
Yeah, I got rid of the body. Did you clear the evidence?
Pretty much.
Any witnesses?
What witnesses?
Okay, fuck it. We'll do a lot. All right. So, first topic on our agenda is Toshiro Kawamoto is coming to SakuraCon. Did you notice that SakuraCon's getting a lot of big guests recently?
Yeah, I've noticed a lot of the, I guess the lesser known cons are getting actually a lot of really nice guests.
Such as you?
Like, SakuraCon's been getting, a lot this year. Mm-hmm. I've been going to Anime Week in Atlanta for the past 3 years, and I gotta say, they've been getting some really, really great guests. I went there, I think it was 2 years ago, and they had Yoshitoshi Abe there, and I met him, and that was, one of the greatest things I've ever done. And then last year they had Ryu Horikawa, they had Suzuki Momori, and then this year they have Asakawa Yu. They're having the creator of Toho. I mean, they're just having these really, I wouldn't say huge names, but they're having some significant names in anime and everything else of that sort.
Yeah. And
bring them to America, and I think it's cool that these, some of the smaller conventions outside of Anime Expo and Otakon, getting these rather well-known, voice actors, people in the anime industry.
Okay. Well, so I kind of jumped the gun there. Sorry. My bad. So for those who don't know, Toshiro Kawamoto, he's actually the co-founder for Bones, and also, did the famous animation behind Golden Boy, Cowboy Bebop, and Full Metal Alchemist. So, this guy is pretty big in the industry, and considering how much Aniplex USA has been, shoving essentially money into SakuraCon, you think they're actually, trying to, essentially put all their money hoping that the anime industry will start blooming in the United States? Or is it more or less they're doing it as a response to the larger fan base? So I guess it's more of a chicken than the egg type of question.
I don't know. It's interesting, because I think it might be because they want to bring anime to, the U.S., and they want to show, people over in Japan, hey, we're trying to put our name out here, not our name, but y'all's name out there, mm-hmm. And, this is what we're trying to do. So please, come over here, show some support for us while we're trying to show support for you.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'm just noticing that, as you mentioned earlier, Anime Atlanta, they're getting some big names. I know Anime Expo's always been big. Anime Boston, and then there's also, a bunch of central locations. They're all getting bigger and bigger every year. But mm-hmm. I'm not seeing that same trend, I guess, with European cons. Maybe because I don't know that many European cons that are big.
I didn't even know they had cons over in Europe.
They do. But it's I kind of figured there would be a lot bigger showing. But
yeah.
Anywho, let's move on to the next topic, shall we?
Fair enough.
All right. So in some joke news, this one's pretty stupid though. So apparently there's a new nebula that was discovered recently, and they gave it the designation, I believe it was DCS6507 or something like that. But however, there was actually an online petition to actually rename the nebula Madoka Nebula. I can kind of see the resemblance of why they would get that idea. The last time I checked, which was a couple hours ago, I'm pretty sure they were about 100 votes away from reaching 10,000 petitions.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you think we should name it Madoka?
I mean, if we get enough petitions, I don't see why not. I personally think it's kind of silly, but if there's enough people to back it, then I don't see why the hell not.
Well, so the idea was that the original nickname was supposed to be the War and Peace Nebula.
Uh-huh.
So, but apparently some guy in Milwaukee was like, that's boring. We're going to call it Madokami. So it's like, that's the weird thing too. It's like this petition started in the United States. It didn't even start in Japan.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, I don't know. Well, that would bring up an interesting question. Who's the bigger fan base, the Japan fan base or the U.S. fan base for that series?
Well, there's more of us. I think that let's put it like this. American Madoka fans are more obnoxious and loud, but the Japanese are probably more dedicated and hardcore.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can believe that. I can see that.
Yeah, but I mean, can you imagine 50 years from now, like Hibito on the moon is gonna be looking up in the sky and be like, oh, there's Madoka. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's hope.
It's pretty sad. Anyways, well, it's another. I don't know. I'm sorry. I can't even think of anything witty for that one.
It's the next Church of Madoka. That's what this is.
Yeah.
That's essentially what this is.
I mean, wait. Does that mean it's turning into Scientology? Because doesn't Scientology?
Oh, I don't know. Does not go there. Let's not go there.
Scientology has space, doesn't it? Like this is going in.
Scientology is its own brand of crazy.
Who knows? If this becomes popular, maybe it'll show up on South Park. Anyways, so
possibly.
Next topic. Blu-ray sales. It's been a fairly slow week for Blu-ray releases, but however, here's the data for the most recent shows that have been released. Again, this has been compiled by not Aniplex, Anime News Network, and SakuraCon, and just as a reminder, these aren't the actual sales figures. They're more, I guess, projected, but same order of magnitude, same significant digits. We're good to go. Mm-hmm. But most notably is that Tari Tari Volume 6, K Volume 5, and Magi Volume 2 debuted this week. And if you notice, they've done fairly well. I mean, did you actually consider Tari Tari to be popular enough to get 7,000 sales?
Probably not. I mean, maybe 7,000, but I didn't expect it to be, at the top. Nor did I expect K to be that high. I didn't realize K was that popular in Japan.
I mean, what's considered that popular? Because, I mean, if you look down the list, Girls in Panzer is still coming in this top 10. Or
yeah.
top 8.
I thought JoJo's would have been a little higher.
Well, JoJo's did have a strong week last week, though.
Yeah, maybe Code Geass. But, or even seeing how popular Horizon is over in Japan, I thought that might have been maybe even still in the top 5. But, yeah.
I mean, it's not the top. It's got to look at the total sales.
Right.
Horizon hit 20K already, so.
Yeah.
I'm just actually pretty proud that Girls in Panzer is still seeing a steady growth. It was about 1,000 last week and 1,000 a week before. So it's not chalking up the big I guess high rate of sales, but it's good enough. Good enough.
Good enough in my book.
Yeah. Oh, and just a quick note, Moyashimon Returns, Volume 5, I believe. Volume 5 or Volume 6, I don't remember. That also debuted on February 6th, and that one only hit 800. So
800. So was it like right behind Horizon?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
But it's still 800, and it still makes me sad to think that one of my most favorite comedy series has just been dwindled down to that. Anywho. All right. Any final thoughts on this? Sounds like a no.
I don't know. I haven't watched Magi, so I don't.
You're not watching Magi? Really?
No, I'm not watching Magi.
Well, I thought you said you were a fan of the whole. Not Prince of
I was, but
nice.
And I was thinking about picking it up, but then I just started watching a bunch of other stuff, and then I was just like, yeah, I'll get to it later.
Oh, well, I mean, Sinbad's in it. Does it make you feel better?
The comedian or the actual story Sinbad?
Both.
Oh.
No.
You've turned. No, I don't know. I may eventually watch it if I hear enough good things about it.
No. It's a very small fan base, but if you're bored, I'd recommend it. All right, so moving on to our next topic. All right, so this one was compiled by Big Globe and then brought to us by Crunchyroll. So there was a survey recently about essentially the top shows that that people would like to see a second season of. I believe this was from a Japanese website, so of course we have no input.
Yeah, this is from Big Globe. Big Globe is I can't remember what exactly it is that they are. I remember reading about them a little while ago, but they like to make a lot of polls, and I like reading them because it gives us kind of an insight on what Japan is kind of thinking anime wise.
All right, then let's start with this poll, shall we? So here are the top 20. We'll go 20 through 6. I'm not going to read it all because that's a lot of shows. Keep in mind, by the way, that this is a list of all anime that was recommended. So while a lot of these are from 2012, this list was open to every single show.
Yeah.
That includes, I don't know, Spice and Wolf. Like, just saying, this is what we get. So what do you think of this list so far? Like, just based on the 6 through 20, what do you think of it?
Just based on the 6 through 20, I think Japan has terrible taste.
That's not true.
That is true. Batum is bad. It does not need a second season. Anonatsu does not need a second season. I would agree with Kami-sama Kiss and probably Owner High School Host Club because that seems to be fairly popular. Girls in Pouncer needs a second season. Yes, that goes without saying. Sket Dance does not because that show is crap.
Okay.
And everything else is either I agree with or I just haven't seen.
Oh, come on. Really? Maya Chiki, I'm all for another season.
I would hope so. After that ending, I would hope they would do a second season.
Yeah, I was pretty pissed by that. But look, Bento definitely deserves a second season.
I didn't watch Bento, so.
Oh my god. Bento was like the one show that like made me a huge fan of David Productions.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's go back. Level E introduced me to David Productions. Bento made me like David Productions. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure made me fall in love with David Productions. Let's just put it like that. Bento is a great show.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see what else. Yeah. I mean, at least Girls and Panzer's up there.
Yeah. And then apparently now here's the thing that surprised me the most actually is Nichijou is on this list. But Nichijou sold like shit. Nichijou sold terribly over in Japan. But it's at number 7 for wanting a second season.
What? That means that, people like it enough but not that they want to buy it. like us over here. Only we don't have the ability to buy everything that they have the ability to buy. Oh, come on now.
But nonetheless, like I'm still surprised. Like Nichijou sold terribly, but people want a second season of it.
All right.
Just saying.
All right. So let's move on to the next. Let's move on to the actual meat and potatoes of this one. So wait a minute. Technical difficulties. All right. So number 5, My Little Monster, also known as Tonari from last year. You think that's reasonable?
I think. Okay. So there was like 3 shoujo romances, that being one of them. I think that was the weaker of the 3 in my personal opinion, but I still think it was enjoyable. It being up at number 5 though, I think that's that's pushing it a little bit.
Okay.
I don't think it was that good. I don't think it needs a second season. I think it was fine the way it was.
Okay, so then let's look at number. Damn it, Joe. All right, so number 4 we get Chunibyo, and then number 3 we get Inu X Boku SS. I'm not sure how many people saw that show, but
I watched that show.
You watched it?
I watched Inu X Boku.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it thoroughly. I would like to see a second season of it. I think there's a lot that can be done.
I partly agree with you, just because I love those EDs.
The
ending songs were magnificent. Anyone who's ever seen Inu X Boku, they know what I'm talking about. But if you haven't, check out Sweets Parade.
Yeah, that is the Renai circulation of that show.
God.
It's good. It's really...
Yeah, it's a great show. All the EDs are pretty funny. There's one that actually, my favorite... I can't believe I'm blanking on the title. I feel really bad. But not Sweets Parade, but it was the other one. Had that R&B feel to it, and I love it when the Japanese try to do R&B. All right, so moving on to our number 2 show, it would be Sword Art Online.
Yeah, people in Japan want more Sword Art Online. Oh, why? I don't know.
I mean,
Is
it is getting a second season essentially.
it really?
I mean, if you look at those sales numbers, and there's a lot of source material out there, I'm pretty sure it's like all but guaranteed that there's going to be another season of Sword Art Online. There has to be. It was a moneymaker. Like how? Why would you not do that? Really?
Yeah. Here's the thing. I never watched Sword Art Online. I never want to. Just from the sheer reaction from the anime community over here in the States. I don't want to watch that show. I could care less if it gets a second season. If it does, so be it. I have no interest in watching the show, period.
I mean, I'm not going to defend the show because I wasn't a fan of it. But I can say this, like, if people, again, I said this on Fapcast. If I have to wait for A1 Pictures to do 3 more seasons of Sword Art Online before I get another Idolmaster, then by all means, I'm okay with it. You know?
Yeah, fair enough.
Like, it's just a matter of time. Like, it's just, like, does A1 Pictures, like, first of all, do they have the will to do another one? And do they have the capital? But, I mean, like, it's been proven in success and in sales, so let's just see what happens.
Fair.
All right. And so, number 1 on this list would be Hyoka.
Hyoka! That somewhat decent KyoAni show.
You're not a big fan of Hyoka, are you?
Not exactly. I'll say this, though. I think it was the best KyoAni show of last year. I thought it was way better than Shuni was.
I would agree with that, too. But you still don't sound like you're a fan of Hyoka.
No, I like Hyoka. It didn't really do much. I was expecting more out of it than what I got. It had some really nice, like, moments in there. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, it didn't, like, really resolve into anything. It just kind of, like, ended.
Yeah.
It's not like, I'm not saying I didn't like the show, but I'm not saying I was particularly, I wouldn't say I particularly, like, loved it.
Yeah.
It was decent.
See, I was actually about to say it, but one of our viewers actually pointed it out. Approprion, thank you for pointing this out. A lot of people want Hyoka Season 2 specifically because they don't like the ending. And personally,
I would agree, yeah.
I would agree that ending was a bit of a cop-out. Like,
mm-hmm.
It was like, you set it up, it's like, oh, they're building up on this romance, and nothing happens. So
yeah, that's how I want that relationship to actually go somewhere.
See, but that's the thing. That's why I'm willing. That's why I actually want to see another season of Hyoka, because, like, I mean, sure, the storytelling was fine, and a couple of the mysteries were okay. It was mostly about the character development, essentially that cast of 4. Like, mm-hmm. the way they played off each other, I thought was done really well. And, like, that's what I wouldn't mind seeing. Like, I mean, it doesn't have to be another 24-episode season, and I don't really care what kind of mysteries they choose. I mean, as long as the story's convincing enough and the fact that I get more of those characters, I'm okay with it.
If they do go ahead and make a second season of it, I would totally be into watching it.
Okay.
Just see where the story would go from there.
All right. So before we move on, there were clearly a lot of shows that were left out of here. Is there anyone in particular that you feel offended wasn't on here? That you think people would be crying out for another season of?
Spice and Wolf?
Yeah.
Season 3?
Besides Spice and Wolf, like, is there another show?
That would need a second season. Maybe, I don't know. I'm trying to think of off the top of my head here. I wasn't really prepared for this, but maybe. I mean, I agree with Girls and Panzer. I want to see a second season of that. I don't know. What would you?
What would I?
Yeah.
I would pick a lot of terrible shows.
A lot of terrible shows?
Let's see. One that is on here. So let's see. One that I did rewatch recently was Setokai Yakuin Domo.
Okay.
I feel like, I don't know. It was a dirty show. but I didn't mind it being a dirty show, and I was completely okay with it. Like, that was a great show. I guess another one besides Idolmaster, because, you know, I always talk about Idolmaster.
Yeah.
Let's see. I would actually be really happy to see another season of Wandering Sun.
I'd be okay with that too.
That was like, that is Maria Okada's best work. And not to mention, it was just beautifully done, period.
Mm-hmm.
So I would actually love to see them continue building up, like, again, the way they handle those issues, and at the same time the way they handle the characters. That'd be a really great way to, you know, follow things up with.
Another really good show that would benefits so much from a second season would be Kuragahime.
Kuragahime. Ooh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I want to see Brainsbase like go about making another season of that.
That would be awesome to see another one of those OPs.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Oh, indeed.
All right.
That are like I just to end off with, I would love to see Black Lagoon like come back with like maybe a third season, because the manga has just started back up, which means we're getting a lot more source material for that. So maybe within like maybe the next 2 or 3 years, we could probably see a third season for Black Lagoon, which I would love to see. I would love to watch some new stuff from that.
Well, wait, that was done by Madhouse, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. They're working on Chihaya Furu. I don't see anything else on their plate, so they could do it.
Yeah, they can do a lot of things.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's a lot of shows. Story Demo being one of them. I'm just going to throw that out there because I'm a Shaft fanboy. All right. Next topic. All right. So this is the big announcement of the week. This is one that everyone should be aware of. This is one that everyone should love.
Yeah.
There's going to be an Idolmaster movie.
And fucking fantastic.
Yes. A1 Pictures announced a few days ago that there will be an Idolmaster movie. They never said when it was coming out, but the fact is that it was greenlit. We have the same cast. We have all the idols coming in. Lerxst.
Yeah.
How excited are you?
I'm pretty excited, man. I was like, you know, I was kind of like Kivo and you, like maybe like a second season, but like a movie, like the fact that this exists, it is totally okay in my book. Anything would have been built. Like if they just said like, "Nah, we're gonna do like an OVA," I'd be like, "Oh."
Well, Shiny Festa, there are 3 OVAs.
Yeah, which I still haven't watched yet, but
they're not translated.
Yeah. But yeah, movie, man. I wonder how. I mean, how long do you think of a movie we're gonna have here? Like, are we gonna like? Are we looking at like an hour and a half, maybe like a 2-hour movie?
It's probably gonna be an hour and a half. Like, there's 2 things I can see them approaching this. One, it's just more slice of life stuff where they're probably going like on a road trip or something like that. Kind of like the old Idolmaster OVAs, Live for Me. Either that or it's gonna be a concert itself. Like,
or it's going to be one giant beach episode.
Why do you need to sexualize the idols?
I'm not doing that. That is...
Wait, time out. We need to pause and rewind. So one of the viewers, Aftershocks, said, quote, "Haruka is the worst Idolmaster character, guys. Sorry." Aftershock, just leave. You're so wrong. Just leave.
No, don't make that. It's fine. He can have his opinion.
He can have his bad taste. But here's the important thing, though, is that we're getting more. And I said this on Fabcast, so I think I'll say it again. I'm very, very hesitant about actually more Idolmaster. And the reason why is because as much as I love the franchise, is because it shocked me. So like going into it, the first half, yeah, it was a decent like slice of life comedy, whatever label you want to slap on it. It was a great show. But then what really like cemented it in my heart was, essentially the last quarter, where it took a complete turn, and everything went great. Everything went fantastic, and I almost cried. It's a great show. I'm not going to spoil it, but it was a great show, and that's what cements in my heart. And yes, I am excited to see more idols. I would be definitely okay to hear more songs, but again, that's not the reason why I fell in love with it. I guess I'm putting Idolmaster on a pedestal, and I really shouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying?
No, put it on a pedestal all you want. Who gives a shit?
Well,
I would.
Well, you know the old saying, like, if you put the pussy on a pedestal, you'll never get laid. So Like,
I've
you never heard of that?
I've never heard such a thing in my life.
Really?
No.
What?
Is that? I don't even know. I
I
don't
don't know.
even know.
It's so tangent. The idea is that like if you're too if you hold something to such a high standard, you'll never go for it.
Okay.
Like women, for an example. Like if you hold women to
Right.
such a high standard where you think that they're this gift from God, which they are, but that's another story. If you think that they're this gift from God, then you're going to be too nervous to talk. And fuck it, never mind.
Okay, I get you.
The point
Got
is that I'm optimistic, but cautiously enthusiastic about the show.
Fair enough. I feel the same way about something else that we are going to talk about later, and I will bring it up when we get to it.
Okay, when we get to it. All right. So, next topic. Oh, it's our new game. How about that?
Sweet.
Sweet. All right. So, guys, we're going to bring up a new game. It's called Fast Five. So, essentially, it's no different than what we usually done. It's kind of like a modified version of 3-2-1 where we, do rapid fire on these questions. Instead, we're going to go through 5 questions, and we're going to spend at most 1 minute on it. I will be timing us. I couldn't get the timer to load. I'm sorry, guys. So I will be timing you with my watch, or actually timing us with my watch, and we need to actually hurry up and finish. Okay?
Okay.
So on 3, 2, 1, Fast Five. All right. What's our favorite romance anime of all time?
Anime is Toradora.
Toradora? Really? You're going to go Toradora?
Yeah. I'm going with Toradora. If you were to ask me a manga, it'd probably be Kimi no Todoge.
Okay, why Toradora then?
Because Toradora is the greatest love story ever told.
It's a shame. I partly have to agree with you on that one, except for the fact that Spice and Wolf. That's why.
I look at that in more of like, not really a standalone romance, but more of like economics and medieval times and Wolf God.
Well, no, come on, no. Seriously, the entire show was focused on specifically Holo and Lawrence, right? And
Right.
It's essentially like them going through, their routine of him being a merchant, but it's building up on that romance. And it's like, yes, I do agree. Toradora, had its moments. It's one of the best fight sequences I've ever seen in a long-ass time. But still not quite, what I exactly want from a romance anime. Close, but no cigar. All right,
Fair.
Minutes up. Next show. Favorite anime couple. Go.
I don't know if I can put it to like one, but like, there's Nagisa, Tomoya, there's Holo, Kraft Lawrence,
What's
Hitagi. I don't
favorite?
know. I can't think of one like that I would say is my favorite in a minute.
God, that's sad. Of course, it's got to be Araragi and Hitagi. That's obviously the best couple. Like, OTP of every year. Like, seriously. Like, as much as you want to say about Shaft and their fan service and the direction they've taken that franchise, you can't help but love Hitagi. You can't help but love the way she interacts, the way she teases, the way she plays with Araragi.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on.
The way they're able to bounce off each other is like one of the best parts of that series.
Exactly. It's such a great couple. Awesome couple.
Yes,
All right,
agreed.
we got 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Too late. Next question.
Fine.
Most moving show, most emotional show. Which one would it be for you?
Clannad.
Really? Okay.
Yes. Only form of entertainment that has ever brought me to tears.
Ooh, okay. I admit it was a sad show, but not really.
All right, what is it? What is it? Tell me.
Okay, I'm gonna be completely honest.
All right.
Kimi Kiss.
Kimi Kiss. Okay.
Okay, so
explain.
The reason why is because when I was watching it in Shipping Wars, and some higher up otaku kept telling me how, Mao was the best character, and clearly he was wrong. Clearly he was wrong. But my couple didn't win, and not only did it not win, like the entire franchise was about it crashing and burning, and me just yelling no the entire time. That's why it was so moving. I was sincerely pissed at the end. All right, next topic. Favorite harem? Be honest. What's your favorite harem?
Bakemonogatari.
That's it? Really?
It's true. Yeah. I mean, what other choices do I have?
Well, as far as anime, I guess that's pretty good. I mean, if you think about it,
I mean, if you think about it, it essentially is a harem. I
Yeah,
mean, there's.
it is a harem. It is.
I mean, outside of I just lost his name.
Wow, terrible.
Yeah, I don't know. Outside of Aonagi, there's only one other male character.
Oshino, yeah, it depends.
Yeah.
Okay, but for me, favorite harem, it's kind of a toss-up. While I do agree with the Bakemonogatari, Golden Boy is fucking hilarious. Like
True that.
That show is magic.
True that.
Golden Boy, clearly. But I'm also gonna cheat slightly, and I'm gonna pick up a manga. Minamoto-kun Monogatari, like diamonds. All right, last one. What are your plans for Valentine's Day?
Working, probably pleasuring myself, and doing absolutely nothing.
That's pretty sad.
I trust me, being single is terrible. I probably will look at pictures of my waifu all night and cry myself to sleep. I don't know. I don't have any plans for Valentine's Day. I'm a single. Usually, most people who are single don't have plans. They just sit around and do nothing.
Jeez, that's sad.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Well, yeah, I know that feel. You know, it's funny how the one guy on the show who actually does have a wife and kids is not here.
Yeah. How about that?
Yeah.
Should pester him about that in the next show.
You know, if you think about it, it's the two of us talking to a group of weeaboos about their Valentine's Day plans.
Truth, yeah.
Yeah. I'll be busy with C++. Go me.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh, no, actually, I don't care if time's up. This is my show. Actually, someone recommended me a manga that I plan on reading, 1921. It's actually one of those Korean mangas, so a manhwa.
Oh, the manhwa?
Yeah. I heard great things about it. That's probably how I'll be spending my evening. So, C++, bottle of scotch. Hopefully I can find some Glenlivet 15 somewhere. And 1921. So, there you have it. There's our Fast Five. I clearly broke the rules on the last part, but I kind of just don't care at this point. So, while we got a few more minutes, we do have some more logistical things to cover, so the show's not over yet. But I throw this out for you guys. Do you guys need any Valentine's Day advice? Any dating advice? You know, we're going to turn this into a Valentine's Day show. We may be single, but we do know how to deal with women. And so Lerxst and I will be more than welcome to helping you guys out. All right? So if you got something, put it in the social stream. Other than that, let's move on. Oh, yes. Oh, by the way, Drago-kun, you said C++ is the worst girlfriend ever. I agree, but I need a quickie, so I'm using C++ while I wait for MATLAB to get fixed up. All right, moving on, shall we? So we have a new contest. Yay! So Anime Audiolog is looking for someone to design us a logo. Essentially, it could be like some kind of picture, essentially something to represent Anime Audiolog. Like we want to start branding stuff. We want to like trademarks, and we need something that shows off what we are. So what we have a contest is, which was just announced. So go look it up. The idea is that you submit us a design, and then not only would us as an Anime Audiolog review it, but the peers as well. It's a group vote. You guys vote essentially on which one do you think is the coolest logo. And then from there, the winner will get an Amazon gift card. And yes, this is actual money. Yes, this is coming out of my pocket, so relax, guys. This is my gift to you. All right? So if you have anything, whether it's something cool, something creative, something unique, go to the website, make it for us, send it in, and we'll go from there. By the way, again, like I said, we are kind of quote-unquote branding ourselves, so please try to avoid characters and other things that could get us sued. Just throwing that out there. All right, so we are now down to our final thoughts. Lerxst, we got no questions.
Yeah, nobody cares about our love advice, Arrow. How does that make you feel?
I keep all the secrets to myself. That's the case, I have no problem with that whatsoever.
Well, here's the real question. Are you getting Giri chocolate tomorrow, or are you getting Home?
Am I getting what or what?
Giri chocolate or Hanmei?
What the hell
chocolate?
Are those?
You don't know what that is?
No.
You watch anime, you don't know what that is.
No.
Yuri chocolate is obligatory chocolate. Homemade is true feelings chocolate.
I'm sorry. I don't know Japanese.
Wow. I obviously watch I guess I just watch a whole lot of romances. And I just know what that is.
Oh, shit. We actually got a question. Hooray.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right. So, Shashiro73 asked, my question, how to break up with an insane Fujoshi and not have it turn into school days?
Don't, like, go out with the Fujoshi in the first place? I don't know.
And don't worry about it. Okay, so this is what I'm going to say. Again, I don't know much about your circumstances. I'm only basing it based on solely what you've told me. As much as women are crazy, they can be reasonable. So I just need to sit down and talk to her and explain to her, hey, I'm not into Fujoshis. I'm sorry. We need to move on. Just be reasonable. Do it in a public place so that, reduces the likelihood that she will do something crazy. And most importantly, lock your doors and move. I'm just going to say this. I've heard stories at my college. Actually, if you guys can figure out which college this is, this would be quite impressive. Crazy girl stabbed one of the guys in our dorms in the neck 7 times. Guy lives, graduated 2010. Good job for him. But yes, he got stabbed, and only because people let her in and he did not lock his doors. Fun fact, there was actually supposed to be a crossbow in the mix, but apparently she couldn't wait for the crossbow.
What the?
Again, if you can figure out where this happened,
my
props to you.
God.
But anyways,
that's awesome.
All right.
The fact that she was going to bring a crossbow into the equation.
No, she was.
That's pretty cool.
Okay.
It's terrible, but that's actually really hilarious, to be honest.
Okay. All right. So another question. I believe we got more questions. Oh, so Red Ball asked, why is my 5-year-old son more romantic than I am? So I'm pretty sure that you're just jaded. So talking to Joe and considering how he has kids, he sounds like he hates the world. And when I talk to my dad, he sounds like he hates the world. So the common denominator is that there were kids involved. So Red Ball, I would say, wait till they're 18? I don't know. All right. You got any advice?
No, because I ain't going there.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure you did actually have some serious final thoughts, though.
Yes, I actually have something that I wanted to bring up. So, yesterday, Production IG had a press conference of sorts where they were discussing Ghost in the Shell Arise, which is the new anime project that they are working on. A lot of new information came out, most of which is that Ghost in the Shell Arise is going to be like 4 50-minute parts, kind of like in the vein of what Code Geass is doing with Akito the Exiled, which I was a little surprised by because I was actually kind of expecting it like a season, like an actual anime season, but we're not getting that, which is okay, I suppose. A lot of the cast from the Ghost in the Shell standalone complex not working on the Rise. All the voice actors, which, and this is the one thing that kind of worried me the most, is that the voice actors that have been working with Ghost in the Shell have been the same voice actors. Like, the voice actors for Ghost in the Shell, the movie, were the voice actors for standalone complex. Well, we're not getting those voice actors for Arise, which kind of worries me, but it kind of makes sense since Ghost in the Shell Arise is supposed to be a prequel to the entire Ghost in the Shell franchise.
Well, that makes sense then, so why are you worried?
Yeah, well, it worries me because I don't know I'm not sure what to expect. It's kind of like what you said about Owl Master, like you want more of it, but you don't want to like. It's very much what you said, like I don't want to put it on a pedestal, but at the same time, like I'm still really excited for it.
Okay, I understand completely.
Yeah. Like, I love Ghost in the Shell. Like, Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex Second Gig is my number 3 favorite anime of all time. And it probably will stay that way probably until I don't know when. But I really want some more Ghost in the Shell, and this is exactly what I want. I mean, not exactly what I wanted, but, I wanted more Ghost in the Shell. I'm getting a little worried of how it might turn out, but, only time will tell.
Yep.
And, yeah, that's... I'm looking forward to it. At the very least, I'm looking forward to watching this new anime project from Production IG.
All right, so I'm pretty sure we'll get more news about it, as time progresses. Also, Joe's going to keep us more updated on it. Let's see, my final thoughts. There are some breaking news. Apparently, Viz's Neon Alley will be now available on Xbox Live. So if you're an Xbox out there who can afford a gold account, like me.
And me.
Yeah, we're both on Xbox Live. Awesome. Yeah, so go check that out as well. I'm not sure exactly how the quality is. I haven't checked it out yet personally, but I do know that it is going up soon.
Actually, it's up there now.
Is it really up there now?
Yeah, I was online today, and I saw it on the apps section of Xbox
dashboards?
Live.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was like Neon Alley. I was like, oh, cool. And if you actually go on there, you can actually get a free 1 week trial of it and try it out.
Well, there you go. It's free.
Yeah, for a week, and then you have to make an account and a subscription.
I mean, it's just like Crunchyroll, same thing.
Essentially.
Yes.
But yes.
And on one final note, Kira Fosh pointed out, yes, I do have a new avatar. And so a funny story is, so if you know fellow bloggers out there, AJ the Fourth, who writes for Altair and Vega, she drew this one for me. So I essentially asked her, hey, can you draw a picture of me, but I'm not going to tell you what I look like. I'm just going to just do it based on what I sound like. And this is what she came up with.
I think it's pretty accurate.
You don't even see me, Phil.
That doesn't matter. She hasn't seen you either, and I think she has portrayed you accurately.
Okay.
I would hope.
So yes, I'm always scared and confused with an eyebrow raised all the time.
Yes.
All right. All right. So with that, we will now end the show. So thanks again, guys. Joe will get this edited because I'm not going to do it. Shh. This will go up eventually on Anime Audio Log. In addition, you can catch us on iTunes as well, and eventually this will be posted on YouTube. I accidentally cut this part out because I'm a bad person. If you're ever interested in being a guest on the show, let us know. Ping us on Twitter or send Joe an email. His email, damn it, that also got blacked out. It is joeanimated@gmail.com. And you're also welcome to my show, which is a pre-recorded show called Friday Anime Podcast. You can catch that over at Desu X Machina. That is kibo.dasaku.net. All right. So, good night, everybody.
Good night.
Now, how do I stop this broadcast?